Hi. So somehow it's Tuesday already. I meant to start this vlog yesterday and it completely slipped my mind. It's also somehow November, which seems impossible. I don't know where this whole year went. I am out, so this is a big deal. I have not been feeling well. The last 5 days I've been some days really severe and some days only moderate, but flu-like aches, which is my sign that my immune system's overreacting to something. Usually means I've been exposed to something, but I only left my house once all last week. And that was for a one-on-one doctor's appointment, no office staff, no other patients, just me and him. And I wore a mask the whole time. I stopped in to pick up a prescription that same day, but again, I had my mask on. The clerk was wearing a mask, and there was a plexiglass shield between us. I don't know how I could have been exposed to something, and maybe my husband or son brought something into the house, but that's what it felt like. It was that kind of, I knew I hadn't overexerted because I hadn't done anything, but just that kind of flu-like aches, the signs that my immune system's responding to something. So a lot of rest time the last 5 days or so, a lot of time spent on the couch. When the weather was nice, instead of taking a walk in my neighborhood, even a little one around my cul-de-sac, I was in the lounge chair out on the back deck. Although now it's getting dark so early, but so I am out today. I am feeling a little better. I still have some little aches, so trying to be careful, but I have errands that I have been putting off for weeks. I stopped at the bookstore to pick up a book they had ordered for me. We've got a tiny little bookstore in our town. They've probably called me 6 times to tell me this book was in, 3 to 4 weeks ago starting. So I finally got over there and picked that up. Stopped at the drugstore because today is Senior Tuesday at Walgreens. First Tuesday of every month. I know some people are sensitive about their age. I don't care. I'm 58. And as soon as I turned 50 and was eligible for Senior Tuesday, I started using it. It's 55 now, but so did that, and short stop at the natural food store. And just to pick up a few things, we are not able to get our usual delivery of organic fruits and vegetables this fall. There weren't enough people signed up for them to deliver to our local spot, so I'm really bummed about that. So I stopped in at the natural food store to stock up on a few organic things, apples and pears, this is the season, some things like that. Dairy-free chocolate, dairy-free extra dark chocolate. And I found a little piece of chocolate cake that looks amazing. They're offering these full size for Thanksgiving. They're gluten-free and dairy-free, so my son and I could both eat it. So I got a piece to sample, and if it's good, that will be the pie we bring for Thanksgiving with my family. So also hoping to meet a friend in a few minutes. I'm at the library now. Gonna run in, drop off some books, and then meeting a friend at a nearby park. If I'm up to it, we'll do a short walk. If not, we'll just sit on a bench and catch up. So good news, I did manage to meet my friend. I managed to take a short walk with her, and then we sat down on a bench and chatted. It's great to see her, great to catch up. One of the things I've really been missing out on the last few months is time with friends. Just haven't been making time for it or haven't been feeling well enough. So it was really great to catch up with her. Hadn't seen her since August, so this was nice. And it's now late afternoon. I had my nap, and I'm still feeling pretty good. In fact, better than I was feeling when I recorded that first segment this morning. So hopefully I'm doing a little bit better. I meant to mention that with the onset of the aches last week, I decided it was time to take a break from inosine. That's an immune modulator that I take. A lot of people with ME/CFS take it. It can work very, very well, but you constantly have to vary the dose and take breaks from it. Our kind of immune dysfunction, that is parts of the immune system overactive and other parts underactive, we can't boost our immune system too much or suppress it, which is why an immune modulator, something like inosine, works the best for us. But you still have to be careful. So those aches tell me my immune system was overstimulated, and I had just started back on inosine around August. So generally every 2 to 3 months, I take a break from it. And I was still on a tiny dose, but I decided with the aches getting worse that it was time to take that break. So I always take breaks on weekends. So today's Tuesday. So now it's been 4 days off of it. And that might be helping me to feel better. Now, in a couple of weeks, I'll go back on it at a tiny dose, a half a pill, and it'll probably help again. But that's how it is with an immune modulator. You have to keep varying it and listening to your body, and then it works quite well. So hopefully that did the trick. Feeling pretty good. Just bummed that it's getting dark so early. I woke up from my nap at 3:30 and raced downstairs, dragged my lounge chair out onto the back deck, and got those last few minutes of sun. Sunset is officially about 5 right now, but we've got a lot of trees behind our house, and the sun dips behind the trees by about 4. So I caught 20 minutes of the late afternoon sunshine, but that was nice. Just thought I'd get outside for a little bit. I am a little tired today after my big outing yesterday, running some errands in our little town and meeting a friend for a half hour. So taking it easy mostly, but I've been sitting in the recliner, writing, working on some pitches for travel articles, and my back was starting to hurt, and I realized I hadn't moved in a while, so I thought I should get up and move around and enjoy this beautiful sunshine. It's a lot colder today. We've got a weird week with the weather going up and down. So yesterday it was 70, today it's 50, tomorrow 70 again, and then back to 50. But it's cooler, but it is beautiful out, sunny, and just a really nice fall day. So I am not walking much. I'm doing my little 2 cul-de-sac walk in our neighborhood. That's, we live on a cul-de-sac, and then there's another one right near our house, so not wandering very far, but it does feel nice to be outside and moving around and enjoying the beautiful fall colors. I'll show you some of we are definitely past peak here. A lot of the leaves have come down, but still some beautiful colors. And I'll give you a peek at my favorite tree in the neighborhood too. Giant maple that's nice and red right now. So yeah, I'm on the couch today. Yesterday I did get outside for that little bit. Well, it turned out to be more than I had planned on. I was as I said in the video, I was supposed to just be taking a little 10-15 minute walk around the 2 cul-de-sacs in my neighborhood, and I ran into my neighbor across the street as I was coming back to my house, and she wanted to stand out there and chat for a while, and yeah, standing and chatting doesn't work very well for me. But and I really did feel okay yesterday. I was a little tired. But by afternoon and evening, I was just completely crashed yesterday. I got up from my afternoon nap with all these plans. I was going to write a book review, go out on the deck for a while, and I came downstairs and just thought, I can't do anything. So luckily I did listen to my body. I laid here on the couch, just hunkered down under the blanket, watched a Grey's Anatomy. Then my husband came back in the room, and I was just like, I can't do anything. Do you want to watch something? And I felt awful in the evening last night, and I had a terrible time getting up this morning. Just felt achy and terrible. Stayed in bed until almost 9, took a shower, which helped a little bit, and as I've said before, I know showering usually makes people with ME/CFS worse. The reason it helps me is because I treated orthostatic intolerance years ago. So my blood pressure doesn't drop and my heart rate doesn't go up when I get in the warm shower. It just helps. I think it kind of rehydrates me. But anyway, yeah, I'm getting really frustrated by this. I don't like when I can't figure out why I'm crashed, and that is very much the case here. Because, I did meet up with a friend on Tuesday for a short walk, but we walked for about 25 minutes, which I should normally be able to handle. I had told her I hadn't been doing well, so she said, you set the pace, no problem. So we walked very slowly, completely flat path. My heart rate stayed low. It shouldn't have crashed me like this. So something's going on this past week. I think I said this earlier in the week that when I crashed so badly last week, I guess I was exposed to something. So I have been taking lots of herbal antivirals, hoping that will help. I'll include, if I didn't already say this, I'll include a link in the notes below to my my blog post about the typical worsening in the fall and winter that many with ME/CFS and long COVID experience, and the things that have helped us generally to make that happen less often. So I'm hoping the extra antivirals will help, and just trying my best to listen to my body and rest. I did just record sitting up a short book video for this week. It was 15 minutes of sitting up just to record a little recap of what I'm reading this week. That's it for today. I will listen to my body and rest, and so gonna turn on an old Grey's Anatomy episode. My old standby. Out on the deck now for a little bit. Not gonna attempt to work or anything. I do have my laptop, but I'm just gonna watch a couple videos before lunch. It's beautiful out. I really don't need the sweatshirt. It's going up close to 70 today. It's probably the last time until spring we will see weather this nice. So just thought it would do me some good to get out here. I'll show you the view. Somehow it's Friday already. The sun is going down, and this is the first time I've been outside today. I'm just still not feeling well. Still achy, run down. It's getting me down. Because I hate, sorry, my eyes are watering like crazy. I hate when I can't figure out why. And, you know, with this illness, there are so many times when you can't figure out why, and it's just really frustrating. But I did have an idea today. I got out, you can take a look at the video I made about tracking my symptoms. And I got out my calendar pages and took a look back, you know, why did I suddenly get worse the last couple of weeks? Was it the change in the dose of my thyroid medication at the beginning of October? That didn't make any sense to me. That should have made me feel better. But I did take a look at that, and I'm glad I did, because I saw that, no, I actually felt pretty good for several weeks after that dose change. It was more recently that I started feeling achy again. And then, you know, I was looking at my calendars and my notes and my graphs, and I saw that, you know, I had that downturn this summer when yeast overgrowth flared up. Maybe that's what's happening again. I don't have obvious thrush in my mouth. My tongue doesn't hurt. But the flu-like aches, it's a sign of immune stimulation, and that does happen when it's yeast overgrowth. And I have been thinking lately that I've just kind of slid back down. You know, when that happened this summer, I was on strict 0 sugar. I mean, I checked everything for sugar. I had none at all. And I still eat a very restricted diet in that sense and avoiding dairy. But, you know, I've been little by little, I'll, you know, grab a chocolate or, yeah. So that's possible. So I'm testing that theory today. I increased my dose of probiotics and of herbal antifungals, and even my prescription antifungal. I'll try this for a few days and see if it helps. In other news, the tiny bit of energy I had today, I spent lying on the couch, on the phone, literally for hours, with 2 different compounding pharmacies. My ME/CFS specialist wanted me to try a different one because we sometimes had some miscommunication issues with the one that I was using, and she said there's another one that she liked better. So, okay, no problem. So my son and I were both low on both of our B12s and glutathione nasal spray. So I sent an email to her and said, okay, we'll use the new pharmacy, the one that you like better. Here's all the information, 6 prescriptions total. Call them in. Well, that was 2 weeks ago. And she's getting frustrated, and I'm getting frustrated because she's now faxed the prescriptions in twice, and they keep telling me they didn't get them. And then I finally got them to say they found mine, but not my son's. And I was on the phone for over an hour with them today, and this was my 4th phone call to them in the last 2 weeks. Really, really frustrating. So we finally got that worked out. They didn't see my son's because it was at the back of where mine was. And anyway, so they finally said, okay, we'll start filling yours. Since your son is a new patient, the pharmacist has to verify him, whatever that meant, and then we can start on his. And they said, so we'll do yours for now. Let me get you the total. She's gone like 20 minutes. And finally she comes back to the phone and says, okay, that's $650. And I said, what? For all 6? And she said, no, just for your 3. And I was like in shock. And I hung up the phone, and then my husband and I were getting lunch ready, and I pulled out the receipts from the place we usually use, and the 3 of them together added up to about $140. And that usually lasts me about 3 months. And I was like, we can't do this. And I told him, and he was like, no, we can't afford that. So I knew my doctor was not going to be happy, but I called and canceled all 6 prescriptions that they now had and called them into our old pharmacy, which requires another set of prescriptions from our doctor. So yeah, she was not happy, but I had the pharmacy contact her since we were already customers there to renew. So anyway, that's way too long a story, but just such a headache and so much time and trouble and valuable energy spent, all week really going back and forth with pharmacies, with doctors' offices. It's exhausting. And like my husband said today, it's like you've got a full-time job. So that's where I am. Frustrated. I don't know, maybe slightly better after my nap this afternoon, but we'll see. Monday morning already. I thought I would just show you my spot. I did something like this, years ago, maybe on Twitter or on my blog, just people sharing their spots where they hang out with chronic illness. So on days when I'm feeling well and can manage to sit up, first, everything in our family room is recliners, so I have my choice. But I like being here near the window. Got my back cushion there. This is a recliner. So when I'm feeling better, I'm sitting up here in the recliner. I've got my laptop and my calendar and everything. And yeah, that's where I work generally. If I'm working on a blog post or writing something for freelance, that's where I work. On days when I don't feel well, like much of the past couple of weeks, I am over here on the couch. And this is where, I can spread out, lie completely flat, prop my head up with a wide variety of pillows over there, get under the soft, snuggly blanket. I can, we've got this very old, beaten up coffee table, but it's super lightweight, so I can just very easily pull it over next to the couch and then, set up my reclining office. Well, I guess that's a reclining office. This is more my horizontal office. So that's where I hang out. Let me know in the comments down below, where you hang out. Do you spend a lot of time on the couch, in bed, in a recliner? Where are the places that you find most comfortable in your own home? Okay, so I am temporarily sitting up in the recliner, just trying to figure out, do some planning for the week. But I'm moving to the horizontal spot very soon. I just looked back and realized I didn't record it all weekend. That is because I was just resting all weekend. Still achy. I am thinking what I said in my last segment, that it could be yeast overgrowth again. I sent my primary care physician a note yesterday, see if maybe I should try the stronger prescription antifungals. I take prescription antifungals every day, and I have upped my dose of that, but occasionally when yeast overgrowth gets bad, I need a stronger one. I'll try that. I mean, the frustrating thing is, it is just possible like what happened to me back in March 2020, that there is no real reason for this crash, that my immune system's just overstimulated. Something triggered it, and once it's in this activated state, it's like impossible to turn down. So I will see. My other option, if it's not yeast overgrowth, if I still can't get rid of these aches, my other option is to do what I did last year and try a very short dose of steroids, like 5 days of prednisone, just to calm my immune system down temporarily and hopefully kind of restart it in a more normal state. So that's a possibility. But for now, what I have been doing is what I call aggressive rest. I love that, the oxymoron of it. But I think you understand. This is not just, I better take it easy, but really trying to rest. And that's what I did all weekend. I spent all weekend in that spot on the couch. I did not do anything I didn't have to. I asked my husband to carry the laundry basket downstairs, to, go get something for me, anything that I would normally do myself. I got this idea from Dr. Ron Davis, a renowned scientist, researcher in the ME/CFS world. His grown son has severe ME and has been bedridden for years, decades. So he understands, he's highly motivated. And I watched a video that he did, and I'll include a link down below. I just posted it on my blog, so I'll link to that. He was asked to do it's only a 10-minute video, a short presentation at one of the recent conferences on the question, is ME/CFS curable? And this 10-minute video is really interesting. Some of what he talks about is over my head, and I'm a chemical engineer. I didn't understand everything he was talking about, but I got the general gist. He tries to explain it for us lay people. But one of the things that he said was that research is definitely showing that every time we crash, that is perpetuating the disease. And how important it is to really listen to your body and completely rest with any worsening of symptoms. So I'm trying to do that. So I'm going to do 5 more minutes here, finish up my planning, and then move over to the lying down spot on the couch. Oh, and it's time for me to edit and upload this vlog. So I hope you enjoyed this glimpse into my life. This was a rough week, and yeah, I'm sure many of you can relate. Let me know in the comments down below how you're doing, what your week's been like. I would love to hear from you.